high court otemwa for Justice Eriche Bafo ne warrant o issue say yankope Kevin Taylor na yenche ne mfanemran omo se eni nyina so wow ba ko pe eye Justice Ernest Jawu wono de o se da bi ohun ni say judge no ewo nyina so na nka ese ye Kevin Taylor de ne ba no be kire ne enti okeka asa ansem ni nyina no wi a wa kire court ni enti a ense say ye sentence ni to prison.
Enti abusuafo Supreme Court ruling na ye de ba ya chiremu a yakwase Kevin Taylor ne bench warrant no enumu ena nkrofo bi de omo ensem ababetu dwa omo chiremu a we enye safe ema oman Ghana obi ti say Otafo MP akire na dwen afa ho Kevin Taylor enso a reply critics na court rulings no full details aba mesro say ene da edikan a wo hwen a obe share video we ma for front saka na mesro wa unya subscribe my na follow your Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and X. Edina Fred Studios. Abusia, yense enkomonase. Nyina ebeka ya enra ena ebeto dwa say Supreme Court. 5 judges almost try say Supreme Court concerning Kevin Taylor issue we and the case the bench warrant eto no so Justice Eric Chebafo eto no so say yenche no. Supreme Court judges 5 no almost try say move 4 take one decision eno by majority decisions no yakwashe bench warrant no eno na manfo bi no ma chiremu a eba ne se na asemasi 2020 na Kevin Taylor atena se ma NDC aba power sisi ano obi anim yese Kevin Taylor NDC boy aba power ansana all file for sa motion eno mu na Angel reporter your friend Amabrakon the full details of the ruling aba betudwa de ntira ama court etimi akwashe sa ensem we no ana o chiremu a Kevin Taylor ne lawyers no omobo mo homoden eno ena ama sai nsem we nyina no sisi a ye fi Kevin Taylor mu
enti asem na nkasa no ehase sande edeba asem na abedu be adre
ofa asem ni nyina ne say January 2020.
I like how you said January
2020 until 16th January 2020 ena Justice of the High Court Justice Eric Cheba for then time no a High Court judge say or a Court of Appeal judge na no oye case bia NCA Eugene Bafuboni tetetevia yesusu say omkoto equipment bia na binum susu say obeye ko a ye be monitor okọ ekọ nsem bebre bicycle twitwiri die ene yesusu say na afasa empanifo ensase na saa case ni mu ene obi anim Kevin Taylor otenase na okane nsema ni episode ba ko a obeye ye no beka say the men in red title no na the men in red no or center on the High Court judge Justice Eric Chebafo ninsem odi kan be fa ekafa Justice Eric Chebafo no say wa hu si ebe ma papa ni promotion na promotion na ebe promoting from the High Court to the Court of Appeal na nienti a ebe promoting ni say NPP amanyokuo no eteki over ebe tena Ghana benya so no dienti a papa ni promoting no ye promoting na Court of Appeal na judgment biano akọ in favor of NPP na wa punish NDC former government appointees ne etosu no okan ene say Justice Eric Chebafo enya sika bia sika ne namra kwanso ama wasi dan o se wato dan kakraka bi e won kramantam a owie ni saa kan no se da bi ene otemuafo a no ye pani at that time Justice eni yabo o invite ne say o investigate Justice Eric Chebafo san say otemuafo de untimi mfa kwati kwanso enye wadwuma saa when nsem okafa ho na ba ko okan ya na ye case na ye kan wasem NCA case ononyanfo tetetevie Eugene Bafuboni numa asem no say da bi ohun ne say omampani a not here just so Nanado Dankwa Kufuado any national security minister Kandapa that time also obo wa bia ena na otemuafo ni diso asem bi obeka bia no ena na otemuafo ni diso entina ne oka kwesi nyina ne say yaka che Justice Eric Chebafo se ne yetie bia no onhwe so be sentence sankrofo no eno ne nsem okan enti the very day na Justice Eric Chebafo ema judgment e was asem ni mu eno oman ne judgment ni nyina wie no se abrantie bia ye friend Kevin Taylor yeso oti amanone ene o issue warrant, arrest warrant say, baby abrante ni will be a yempen in channel. No mera match then nientia.
Okay, Kasa.
Okay, Kasa and Semono. Na nientin so on chena so se on fiase. It's arrest warrant to issue that very day. Abrante na ama enu achi krot na ase several times ke ka other videos bia near the after see e be yes our story. Okay, kan ensem bebre. Na no na be of a be na watchi mienu nie. Ye hu se Kevin Taylor a filing krata e wo high court. No filing san krata no high court na. Ade chi ya hwirem e no san ko file another one. E wo Supreme Court. Urging the Supreme Court to say, ono na dream no, ohun ne say, High Court judge no, man ne kwan say, o me ni ho ano. Enti yen kwashi the whole decision.
I see.
Eno enene court ne fra asem no, Supreme Court fra asem no. Na ye 5 panel members. 5 panel members ne wie yen, enipa 9 adwen akobankrom. Say, ane ye gitum say, High Court otemwa for Justice Ericheba for ne warrant o issue say yankope Kevin Taylor na yenche ne mfanemran omo se eni nyina so.
Wow.
Ba kope Justice Ernest Jawu wono de o se da bi ohun ne say judge no e wo nyina so na nka se ye Kevin Taylor de ne ba no be kire ne enti okeka asansem ne nyina no wi a wa kire court ne enti a ense say ye sentence ne to prison into otemwa for ba ko Onkwa jina afaku ene 9 adwen ko benkrum enti ofa asat now the arrest warrant a issue tia Kevin Taylor no ya kwashe that decision no eni hobi obi be bisa say aden na 16 January 2020 na Kevin Taylor tena asia kwesi ise aban for sign ene that was the same questioner Justice Amadou Tanko ebisa ne lawyer ne say what na sia because period and ka wo kra no I spy nti aden e na wo back court at this time why now lawyer na no you the ma court ne se ne edikan o se Kevin Taylor na our out of the jurisdiction of this court no new man mu ha 2 o se procedure na say ne nsa kan ye high court decision no o se na ne nsa nka nti ogina so cite other cases bi muntie 3 enebedi akutini ewom chese muntie 3 time aye convict o mu wieye ma o mu kopie nsan wa mu kura no bra nkrofo church petition no ne ade komo omampen ngina so ma o mu pardon eninti no ewom set time dia expire de nanso ye wo precedent ye wo cases ni bi wo ho a ebi asipen na san nyina so no gina so a ene ogina so de kan sansem ne kire court ne se ewom se time aye de ma o mu kura no expire nanso susu se ene omoba enam kwampa so a omu betimi ede aba eno science site CI27 ni nyina na chese ewo emrani ma ye gina so ama ene Kevin Taylor arrest warrant no ye issue ede finish into rule 62 rule 64 of the CI16 and also ena court ne chese there are precedents ebiesi pen into ebisi pensa na ese ye gina eso almost anxiety chachuchi kata number 2 into ni nyina ye cases a omususu se ebiesi pen time na de ankatwama ontimi ma to Supreme Court by science ebiesi penti ene abanisa into ne of intimi nche Kevin Taylor
that is say no time na Kevin Taylor emu wadwana bewura Ghana ye hu na airport ye na kwasha vice president residence what it go yi woni na musumu ohinte du akire en wa yira wa dan wa disguise no ho ni nyina se sia de se opaso wo di mfie du kra wa Ghana han mu a on na mabonti so free man yes sir
afa sa pepepe na ise mranity say warrant bi anda ne so nti otimi ba at any time otimi kwa at any time
abusuanti we ene nchechemu a amabra kon ede aba betu dwa fa Kevin Taylor ne bench warrant a yakwa hye no ho na nsem we ena obi etise eye otafo MP ede na adwenkyere eba ono o kyeremu a
sworn to it and made the people of Ghana to understand that this is the playbook that they want to play. And today, a criminal case that is between the Republic and Eugene Bafuboni, a brother of the acting CJ who has refused to set a date in my substantive matter in court. And that substantive matter in court, okay, because I did not go to court for the interlocutory injunction. I went to court for the substantive matter. Which substantive matter, for about 3 months, the acting CJ had refused to set a date, but was able to set a date for Kevin Taylor's matter. Are you sure? A constitutional matter. that I had invoked the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court by way of Article 2 and 130, the combined effect was supposed to give effect to a constitutional provision. Unfortunately, the acting CJ today is saying that he does not have any interest in that matter. A substantive matter that has been before the Supreme Court for about 3 months. They gave an interlocutory ruling about 2 months ago. Do you know that even the Attorney General has not filed any response to the substantive matter in court? Do you know that the Attorney General, as we speak, has not filed any response to the substantive matter at the Supreme Court? Yet the acting CJ have gotten enough time to set a date to listen to this frivolous and this first match of a case at the Supreme Court and get 3 judges that were appointed by President Mahama recently to rule on the matter and say that they have acquitted, or if you like, they have quashed the bench warrant. My question is, the procedure of the court and the substantive law is that before you charge anybody of a criminal offense, the offense should have been stated in law. The punishment thereof should have also been stated in law. Contempt proceedings, I agree, has not been stated in the Criminal Offences Act. However, the Constitution allows the court, whether Supreme Court or any superior court, to charge anybody for contempt if it feels that that person has disrespected the court. It was on that basis that, because of the commentaries that were made by Kevin Taylor, the High Court invited him. Get it well. The High Court only invited him. He was cited for contempt. So it is an invitation for you to come, for you to be heard. When you come, you are not going to be sentenced. You will be listened to first in accordance with the Audi Otaram Patem rule. So until you have been heard, you cannot be convicted. So if Kevin Taylor was asked to come to court to explain the commentaries that he made, and he refused to come, he disrespects the court, does not show any respect to the court, does not say anything about it for about 5 years, only for him to come back when the NDC is now in power to say that I want to quash that. I've given you an information. Whatever you want to do with that information is your own cup of tea.
You made a wild allegation that Kevin Taylor was living in the vice president's house, and also he was under the protection of the national security. When you make
He has not come to deny it. I have said so. Hold on. I have said so. Hold on. I have said so. You see, there are some allegations that you do not always need the one making the allegations to prove. I am saying that the guy was in town. There is something I said. Up to now, he has not been able to, as it were, say that it is not true. He was not supposed to come to this country. How did he get to this country? And we were told that he used gate number 19 or so. He has not been able to disprove all these things. A simple manifest at the airport can show. And that is why it is one of the questions that I have filed to the Minister for Transport, to provide those evidence so that we can also be able to do justice to it on the floor of Parliament. 2 weeks now, the Speaker of Parliament is not ready to admit those questions. As to why he's not admitting those questions, he will have to answer. But of course, we'll use the parliamentary
Have you found out
platforms
why
available to us.
your questions have not been admitted?
Well, you may have to help me. That's what I'm saying, that last Friday you saw me on the floor of Parliament questioning the Speaker of Parliament in the table office as to why those ministers that my questions are directed to are already coming to the House. Okay, those ministers were coming to the House this week and next week. So why don't you table those questions for them to answer it whilst they are coming to the House? It is because there's a playbook. They have to follow the playbook. The NDC is in government. They are in government. They are chopping parts.
Eti otafo MP so ne dia ono so edebetu dwa eno no na answer Kevin Taylor hu say sansem we ne de amanfo bi ekeka no e na okoposti eye the late Akwatia MP mo beka ya emra one NDC member of MP na omugina for 2020 election no nsem no kopie mu okofrodua High Court ema ye the injunction eto no so say mama parliament enso no in ema NS committee asem no ko down Supreme Court ema ye kwahye sansem no achiremu a contempt akofodua High Court de to no so no ye kwahye sans aba ne saying no de court ko kwahye ne bench warrant yanom for yi Nana Tupac na ndom se omo nte ase na we ene de Kevin Taylor ebe posti ye otro ya koto de ne bodwe mwa no de laughing emojis o de kan ene o de NS Kumi ne court Supreme Court Quashes no contempt no or de to say Supreme Court Quashes contempt conviction against Akwatia MP NS Kumi or de ekan ho enti Kevin Taylor person o kire say NS Kumi de court Supreme Court it to me question the contempt eno de the law is the law but ono ne bench warrant na Supreme Court akwahye ne de ene ne party na power nti see ena mo beka de a message a ono so ewo mamo no anso ena Kevin Taylor eba be tweet say my brother just called me he says he will come home soon year of return akpa no de picture bia one eye former finance minister friend of Riata ejina honum wohwem target da Kevin Taylor kom na chirima then times no meaning say no ye NPP ni pa kita party card ni ade ono ede ono so eba beto edwa say say ade former finance minister afre no a year of return to omra na afa ade na apeke sisi Kevin Taylor chirima de ekoso no anso edo this video we ede to aso
akwa me hutwa girls mu hutwa ntem munya ntem the sorority munya ntem embra udwa me kwa embra girls no I daddy Zazie is here hey Baltimore Zazie is here I girls man embra the sorority I too sure nanani I mama embra I ye modoa wega on hwa akoda wabodam
enti ene Kevin Taylor chirimu a udwa no kwa obusuafo enti de akwepiem e wo Kevin Taylor ne bench warrant ne sisi amanfo bisa sisi a Kevin Taylor oba betumi atena Ghana ha for 10 years kura hwe ene ho a ebeye no sisi a Kevin Taylor eba Ghana onkonko hide ne ho biem sisi an he is free to move and this is what happened at the Supreme Court yesterday. Kevin Taylor is now a free man. Mestro feel free na chire wadwen e comment section na say na fe Mr. Wa unya subscribe ya but when they unsubscribe my na follow your Facebook, TikTok, Instagram and X na share video we ma for Fransanka aha Air Fresh Studios I'm out.